Good Monday. All right, today's Monday story. Years ago, we had to do a writing prompt at the school, like a school-wide writing prompt, and the prompt was, "How does education impact your life?" or "How will it impact your life?" or something like that. And I wish I had this student's essay, but it was remarkable. This guy was a senior, and he was like a fifth-year senior, basically. He quit school when he was like a 10th grader, 11th grader. He just said, I'm not doing any more education, no more school for me, can't stand this anymore, so he quit. And the story he tells is after he quit, he went and tried to get a job. And the first couple of jobs he tried to get, he couldn't get because he didn't have a high school diploma. And then he did finally find a job. And the first thing they said is, hey, it was like in the fast food industry or something. I'm not sure exactly what, somewhere in the restaurant industry. And they're like, the first thing we're gonna have to do is train you. So he's like, I couldn't believe it. I quit school because I was sick of education and I had to be trained for almost a week. I had to take classes before I could even start my job in the food industry. So he did that job for a little while, decided he just wasn't making enough money at it and didn't like it enough. So then he went to go get another job, and this time it was in retail. And retail is like, Myers or Walmart or, a store like that sells goods. And the first thing he did is, once he got hired in, they're like, well, first we have to train you. And he had to go get training for like another week or so and get educated on how to do his job. So then he quit that job eventually. He got tired of that, wanted to try to make things better for himself. And then he got a job somewhere in the auto industry. And this one had lots of training. He had to take courses on, PPE, personal protection equipment, and, how to handle tools and different things. And so he had to get trained for almost 2 weeks for that job. And finally, he kind of got fed up with everything, and he realized that, he really needed his high school diploma to get anywhere. So he wanted to go back to high school. And at this point, he had burned some bridges, and the only high school that would let him back in his immediate area was Saugatuck. And that was part of the essay. Is he was grateful for his education at Saugatuck, and he was really grateful for his education. He's like, this has really turned things around for me, and now I realize how, education is it never ends. You can't really escape it. You're going to have to get educated constantly, no matter what job or career path you take. So you might as well get used to it, basically, and find ways to embrace it and even enjoy it. And so he had that was his big takeaway for the younger kids. He told the younger kids to take it serious, take their education serious, and to really do a good job now, before you have kids and all these other responsibilities. So he said, going back to high school was really hard because, by then he had accumulated other responsibilities that were made it even harder than when he was, young. So he said to the younger kids, he was trying to encourage them to take care of it now, get as much as you can, now, but know that education will continue on past high school, and there really is no end to it. So his attitude totally changed, and it was really cool. And I kept that essay for a really long time. I used to read it to my students, and now I've misplaced it. But that was kind of a summary of that. So that comes from, he wasn't 20 years old. He was probably like 18, 19-year-old, and that just he's just trying to pass on that he's matured now, and that you can do this, you can get through these classes and learn this stuff, and now is the time. All right, have a great Monday.